What's up? What's happening,
What's up,
guys?
guys?
Hello, everybody.
How y'all doing?
We're back, you guys, with another episode.
I am Thomas.
I'm Carmen.
I'm Gabrielle.
And I'm Darby, and we are
Four of
of
a
a
kind.
What's up with y'all? How y'all doing today?
Ooh, today was a little rough for me today. I've been tired all day. I had to work, and now I am putting my time aside to talk to you guys.
My day has been very tiring. I don't know why. Didn't do anything today. Just went to church, came home. Went out to eat. We went to Famous Dave's. That was fire.
Was it good? It was fire.
It was so good. And then I came home and crashed. And I've been tired ever since.
So I was asleep when I got here. What about you, dog?
I am doing fine. Today has been actually very kind of boring.
I was
It's
going to say
very
calmer than yesterday.
calmer than yesterday. Yesterday was a chaotic, but today has been very gloomy outside. So
Yeah.
I've been just chill all day. How are you, Thomas?
I'm good, man. It's been a kind of relaxing day. I slept in a little bit all today. You know what I mean?
That's
Finally.
really nice.
But yes, today we're going to be talking a little bit about work and our passions and our purpose and what we like to do or not like to do, We're
One
just
thing I
gonna-
do not like to do is work.
Oh,
Work.
God.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Am I the only person that feel like having a job and working is overrated?
It's
It
awful.
It's so
definitely
ghetto.
is overrated.
Bruh.
It's ghetto.
It's
Bruh,
so good.
It's ghetto as fuck.
It's ghetto.
I'm not in agreement with
I'm
this
not
one.
either
I'm
because
not in agreement with
working
society
at
right
this
now.
point in my life is physically, mentally, emotionally,
Exhausting.
All of
and
the leads.
all of the leads all
All
put
of the
together,
Mhm.
draining and stressful.
Completely
and,
exhausting.
oh my God, it's
It's awful.
ridiculous.
I feel like it's a setup.
it is definitely a setup.
I feel like having a job and all this bullshit is
It distracts
completely
you
a setup.
from what you really want to do with
What
your
you
life
really-
because you have to pay your bills.
Not only what you want to do, what you're probably supposed to be doing,
Right, true.
about which is like following your purpose.
Right.
Especially if the job that you're working
Does
doesn't
not-
align with what you like to do.
And does
That's
not
Yes.
probably the
fulfill you.
most infuriating, annoying, in just like I can't think of the word I'm trying to say, but
Annoying.
it's irrelevant. That's the word I'm trying to say. Irrelevant thing to do. Just going to work almost every day when you don't want to be there, don't align with what you're doing. It's just
And it's not fulfilling anything
it's
within
just so
you.
dumb. It's
It
so
really
dumb.
is a waste of
True.
time. And piggybacking on what Darby just said about being at a job that you don't like, okay, I would like to say I'm pretty good at doing my makeup, my own makeup. And some people be like, oh, you should do makeup. I don't like doing that. If I do that, then I'm going to be irritated. It's going to be a waste of time for me. Like, and you know what I mean? That just goes to say, like, that's how most of us feel at the jobs we're at. Like, I don't want to do this. I do not want to do this. This is not serving me purpose. Like, no. I need to be somewhere where I'm happy to wake. Like, when I wake up every morning, I'll be like, bro, yes, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to go do hair. I'm ready to go do nails. I'm ready to go to my engineering job, whatever the case may be. Like, that is what I want to do,
Yeah.
honestly. And
So
for me, that's fashion.
Do you guys, I was just going to say, like, do you guys actually have something that you love to do?
Let's start with you,
Yes.
Dar. What about you?
I really love. That's why I'm really thankful for the job I have now. I work at a community center, and I love communicating and talking with people and getting to know people and learning about people's life, people's story, whatever. And I finally feel like I can do that at this job. That's what makes going to a job that you are aligned with what you like to do is so much better than going to a job that you hate. But that's one thing I like to do. I also really love traveling and like any form of traveling, where it be planes, trains, automobiles. I don't care. Just going places, seeking out new cultures, learning about new people. One of my favorite things to do is traveling outside of the country, and I don't know. That's one of my passions. What I like to do.
Haven't you rode a bus somewhere?
Rode a bus somewhere?
Yeah.
Like where?
Like,
Any long distance.
yeah. Have you rode a bus before? I feel like-
Yes.
Where you
I've
go?
ridden a bus from many places, actually. Inside the U.S. and not outside the U.S.
I thought so.
But Yeah, I love traveling a lot. Gabrielle, what about you?
My passion is clothes. I love fashion. See, I'm more so on the styling side. I'm not a designer. I don't want to design the clothes. I want the clothes to come to me and I have somebody and I create an outfit. I like to get to know the person and allow them to express themselves through their clothes. That's my passion. And the whole shebang, like accessories, the hairstyle, like that's me. That's my view. Period. Period. If you
definitely
need
her.
me,
Let me know.
let me know. Yeah.
Definitely her.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
always calling her like,
What am I about to wear?
what does this go? Because
I'm like, no, that's two different styles. That's casual and formal. That does not go. You know, and I figured out, like, I feel like that's when I figured out that I love fashion because not many people can tell when two styles are being mixed together.
true.
Like, and not everybody can, you know, express themselves through their clothes. Like, they don't know, they don't feel comfortable or whatever the case may be. But that's where I come into play. And I'm like, it doesn't matter what you're wearing. It doesn't matter where you get it from. It's about how you wear it.
There you go.
It's about the confidence that you have in your clothes. Because you
Mm-hmm.
can buy something from Walmart and rock it and make it seem like you bought it from freaking
Coach.
Coach, or
Gucci,
whatever
yeah.
the case may
Facts.
be.
True.
I remember
So,
Mom taught me that when I
Yeah.
was real young,
Mm-hmm.
and that shit helped me out, bro. I ain't gonna lie, real talk.
Carmen,
I would've
what's your passion?
I don't have a passion, unfortunately.
been- you just
I
haven't found
am
it yet.
out here speaking for all of those individuals who don't know what to do with their life.
Same though.
Or just haven't figured out, you know, what it is that you like to do or love to do or have a passion for. I don't have one. I can't think of one thing on this earth that excites me.
Not one
and
thing.
that's just in the honest way possible.
But that is
Literally.
okay though. I think a lot of
Yeah.
people are. There's the stigma that you have to know what you want to do or have to know what path you want to go down, but it's okay to not know.
Right. Because I really don't have one.
And like he said, I feel like that's okay too, because I feel like in certain situations, like for example with us, even though you don't have a passion per se, you can still be influential in reference to
Yeah.
like us. You are the person who keeps us on track, keeps us focused, keeps us moving forward. So even if you don't have a passion, if you're surrounding yourself or if you're surrounded by people who do have passions, you can I don't want to say fall in line like you're being subjugated, but like you can still be of use and still be helpful and still be influential in the things going on around you.
Exactly.
And in that, you may potentially
Figure out your passion.
Yeah.
Exactly. Even if you don't know your passion or purpose, you can still know your strengths and weaknesses
Yeah.
and where they are applicable, like where you can use them.
Yeah.
And that's really important too. So if just speaking to everybody who isn't clear on what you want to do, that's okay. And there's no time limit. You don't have to figure out anything at a specific time period. You don't have to know what you want to do before college, in high school, after college, as an adult. You really
None of that.
that's all just
'Cause
the
I've met
systems that we
people-
live under.
I've met people who are much older than me, and they weren't even conscious of what passions were, what purpose was. They were just out here, you know what I'm saying, just living life day by day, and not even on the path to trying to figure out what their passion is, what their purpose is. They're just, you know what I'm saying, living life, like I said, living life a day at a time and not even really thinking about it. So yeah, there's definitely no time limit. People are still out here figuring it out, as are we. You know what I mean?
As are we, literally.
For real.
We are learning every day what we want, what we like, what we don't like, what we feel like we can be beneficial in, what we know we won't be beneficial in. Like, it's all a daily journey.
Yeah.
What do you like to do, Thomas?
I don't know, man. I like to do a lot. Music is a passion of mine, although for personal reasons, I've been kind of out of it for a little while. I'm planning to get back in it though. Yeah, y'all watch out. But yeah, I feel really alive when I'm making plans and trying to figure out how to get my family, myself, and those I love and care about out of this matrix and out of the rat race that we in right now as a culture, trying to figure out a way to create a new reality, for lack of a better term. You know what I mean? Like, I was just having a conversation the other day at work that stemmed from one of my coworkers. She's in school right now, and she had a essay question about something. I don't want to get into what it is right now, but it spawned a whole conversation about the culture that we're in right now and what's going on in the world and why we as a society are in a place that we're in, and blah, 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 blah. And it spawned a conversation about if it's possible for us to get out of it, if it's possible for us to create a better life for the regular citizen, for the regular person, instead of just being, you know what I'm saying, trapped. But yeah, exactly. So having conversations like that and creating plans and ideas and ways to potentially get out of that and create a better life for the people you love, so all of you can live in your purpose and live in your passion, and allow you to get out of it and not have to depend on the matrix and the powers that be to survive and maintain your life. That's where I really get excited and really zone in and try to figure out this thing, man.
And I can relate too, because for
yeah.
me, in that same vein, being stuck in the rat race, being stuck in this
game,
very much so destructive society that we live in, I'm more focused on the feeling aspect of it all, because the world we live in right now can trigger us very easily with our emotions and our feelings, and making us be super down and depressed and feeling like we're not doing enough, and all these negative emotions and negative feelings that we feel. And I have experienced those, obviously, still sometimes experience them, but what really sparks me is helping people understand that there is other feelings that you can feel. There is a positive side to get out of those negative feelings. There's a way to switch your emotion. There's a way to understand your emotions and feelings and get out of it. Talking about feelings and talking about emotions, talking about how the brain works and how all that stuff really is interesting
being
me.
Therapist.
A therapist? I don't know. Maybe I gotta do some. I would have to do some training or something. But
somewhere in that zone,
I would have to do some training and some studying to really get into it. But that really interests me, and I like diving deep in feelings and emotions and stuff like that. That really sparks me.
Definitely you. And to piggyback off something that you said, it keeps you feeling like you're not doing enough. I feel like that's very important, because not only that, I feel like it makes you feel like you can't do anything.
True.
Very true.
It just keeps you in a mentality of
where you constantly feel like you're not doing enough. And on top of that, there's nothing that you can do. So why even try? I feel like a lot of people, for specifically 2 people at work that I work with, and more people that I know actually, they really feel like there's nothing I can do. So why have hope of even doing anything? You know what I mean? And I feel like there's a lot of people who feel like that. A lot of people that I talk to and have conversations with about what I said, they really just feel like there's nothing I can do. So why have hope? You know what I mean? And I feel like that's very unfortunate.
Yeah, it sucks. It really does suck.
So yeah, I feel like being in tune with your feelings and understanding them and knowing that there is a way out and there is other feelings that you can feel to combat those negative emotions and negative feelings is very important to combat this whole thing.
I just want to say I have one more purpose. Writing. I love writing, but I never know what to write about. Never know what to write about. Every time I get bored, I just instantly want to grab a pen and paper and I just want to write. But I feel like, I don't know, I haven't lived enough to write about my life.
That's not true.
But then again, I have. On the other hand, I have lived a lot. I've gone through a lot. excuse me, but and I'm like, okay, but when I write it, it's just gonna sit in my notebook for years. Like,
It doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to. Nah. You can bring it out, publish it.
Right.
Make another podcast and just talk about
Because even though like you are at the age that you're at, like you plus all of us, like we have been through a lot.
Yeah.
Just in this short amount of time. Thomas is 30, and we're following under him. But just in these quote unquote 30 years of life, we can write a series of novels and chapter books of things that we've been through.
And it's so funny because, sorry to interrupt, Darby, but it's so funny because just like anybody else, like when people look at me, they would not have thought like I've gone through all that I've gone through just in 23 years, especially on the spiritual aspect of it. Like,
definitely
going through a lot of spiritual things at a young age matured me so much quicker. Like, I'm like, when I look back, I be like, bro, like I really conquered that for real. So yeah, y'all are right.
In the
I
midst
just
of
need
not
to
thinking that you could.
Yeah.
for real.
Like,
Because when I say young, I mean like 8, 9.
Yeah.
But at
Young.
the same time, since Gabrielle did go through those things, and we were literally right there with her,
Yeah.
it matured us too
For
because
real.
we were
Right.
Yeah.
we were right there, like
Watching her go
experiencing
through
her
it.
experience what she was going through.
Right.
So it was a maturity kind of learning aspect on all of our parts, just in different ways. But
definitely, because like how we say all the time, like I don't know about y'all and y'all siblings, but we are very much in tune with each other.
For
sure,
real.
definitely.
For
like
real.
when somebody is like going through something or feeling some type of way, like no matter if they're here or there, like we're gonna feel
What's wrong with you?
right.
Yeah,
Because
Definitely.
something's
not
going
right.
on. Something's going
you
on.
not right. Like your
Right.
spirit is off. What's going on?
Right.
Like you
This
need to
was
stop-
happening, man.
For
Right.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Real talk, though.
Definitely.
Which explains more the
Exactly.
fact of how like we all like, even though like we all went through stuff individually, we all went through it together.
At the same
Together.
yeah,
like
together at
we
the
all
same
went through
time.
it together.
And I feel like
And-
that's very, very powerful, especially in our case, because
right.
seeing each other go through stuff, especially in reference to what Gabrielle went through, when each of us are also going through other things,
Right.
it gives you
A perspective.
a perspective, and it also gives you hope that
Mhm.
I know I can conquer this.
Exactly.
Right.
Because I've seen somebody conquer this and worse.
Right.
Exactly.
So there's no way I can sit here and allow myself to be weak. Not even weak, because it's not weakness, but
Just
to give
feel
up and just
discouraged,
fall.
yeah.
Yeah, feel discouraged. Yeah. So
But
yeah, that's
to give everybody some context, just so everybody's not left in the dark. Gabrielle had a lot of spiritual warfare that she dealt with when she was younger, with, as far as like demons and bad energy, negativity that would try to overtake her or try to make her
manipulate
her and try to make her try to make her
speak on it, Gab.
try to make her not like basically try to make her not realize how much power she had.
There you
Basically,
go.
it was very much a mind trick attack on her, but we were all aware of it and we were all with her throughout. And thankfully, luckily, she has definitely outgrown it and definitely learned how to battle it and learn
For
how to
sure.
get through it. And with her going through that, we have also learned how to do it as well.
right.
And it definitely has affected what we call enemy, or some people would call negative forces, some people would call like the devil, whatever, has definitely tried to attack us in different ways, in
Yeah.
ways that are very specific to our own personal lives.
Right.
Yeah.
And we have continued to get through everything every
Prevail.
time. And I would say for me personally, having siblings is much different than having siblings as close as mine are, as close as we are, is much different than having like friends and close
Right.
family or whatever.
So
So different, and it's such a special thing to have, and it's also something that I'm super grateful for, because I know a lot of people don't
Yeah.
have that, and it just makes me very grateful and very thankful.
Yeah.
And we, like, basically the goal of this podcast is we want to show how special it can be and how special it is with us four, and how important having support and having people in your life that share the same experience, having people that are in your life that understand and want to learn about the experience that you have, even though they haven't been through it. It's very important and it's very special, and it can be very beneficial and help you grow and exchange and grow and expand in your life.
Yeah,
because having somebody close to you that understands you on a level that not many people
a lot of people
is
do.
very invaluable, and you'll never know how that feels until you open yourself up and allow those connections to grow.
Right.
It's like you'll never understand how powerful and, like he said, beneficial it could be in your life. So yeah, I just encourage all of you to reach out if you have to, or open yourself up to those connections and just allow them to grow.
Yes.
Exactly.
And shout out to our mom once again, because
She made us like that.
Yeah. She didn't play none of that. Like, she was not going for us fighting, arguing, being in disagreement with one another. Like, she was always like, that's your sister, that's your brother. Y'all are not going to be fighting.
Right.
Like, y'all need
y'all
to
love
have
each
that
other,
relationship. And now
have each
that
other
we're
back.
older, exactly. Now that we're older, like, we realize, bro, like, it is so important to have that relationship. Because even speaking, like, my job, for instance, there's a lot of people who I work with that do not have a relationship with their siblings. And when I talk to them, I'm like,
how?
Bro, you're going 3-4 months, even years without talking to your sibling?
Yeah, I can't relate.
That's
can't
crazy
relate at
to
all.
me. I can't do that. Like,
Couldn't do it.
no way. I'd be like, bro, you don't like me, I don't care. How you doing?
Right. I'm finna not.
What you
I'm
doing? You
finna
trying
be
to
at
get
your
something
house.
to
I'm
eat?
pulling up.
Me
Exactly.
too.
Exactly. I'm
I'm
pulling
knocking
up.
on your door. I don't care who you with.
And I'm
I
going
don't
straight to
care.
the refrigerator.
I don't care
Oh my God.
who you in a
I'm sitting
relationship
down and watching
with.
I'm
TV.
sitting down with a cup and
And
I'm
you
being
better
like, so
tell
what's
your
going
wife,
on?
you better
For
tell your
real.
wife and your husband that I'm coming.
I'm coming, and it better not be
Exactly.
a problem.
And they're gonna be fine with it. 'Cause
And if
they
they're
I
not,
mean, they gonna have to be anyway.
if they're not the one
If
for
they
you.
not, that's not the
Exactly.
one
They're
for
not
you.
the one for you.
And-
But I would just want to speak to people who don't have a relationship with their siblings, because it is sometimes trying to form and trying to
Yeah.
re-establish a relationship with your siblings can be hard, because some
Very
people
hard.
don't want to have a
Yeah.
relationship. So I would recommend people who don't have that relationship, don't have that bond, to reach out to somebody and talk about it, or just make your own family. Like, it's okay to step outside of what is defined as family and create your own family.
Right.
Like, that's
absolutely
okay.
Right.
Having a support system is really the only thing that really matters. As long as you find somebody that you can love and you know that
Trust.
loves you, that's really all that matters. Like, because I know, speaking to some people, like, some people have tried to reach out, do try to have that connection and bond, but the other party
Right.
just doesn't want to.
Mhm.
Parties
They're just being very
don't
stubborn.
want to. Like, they just don't.
They just have no interest.
They have no interest. They don't see it as beneficial. So
And that's not on you. You
Exactly.
cannot try to
And
take
know
that
that's
on.
not on you.
Exactly. You
That's
can't
not
try to
your
take
fault.
that responsibility. Like, you didn't do anything wrong. You have to understand at some point that that's something that they're dealing with, and just
Let
break
it be.
free from it. Exactly. Break free from it, because if you try to continuously feed into it, then it's gonna cause more stress on you, more aggravation, anger, whatever. And just letting go sometimes is the best thing that you can do.
And
because-
speaking to the other party, if you're not trying to be interested and if it ain't something that happened like that's traumatic, you need to get over
Exactly.
it.
You just
Yeah.
mad because they
you need
said something
to
to
fix
you.
that relationship, like, cause it's not worth.
Like, you really mad that they stole that bag of chips when
For
y'all was
real,
7?
Like,
For
it's
real.
Like,
not
come
that
on,
deep,
buddy.
Like,
It's really not that
Yeah.
serious.
than to have a good relationship with somebody that you call your brother or your sister, even if it's not like your blood brother or sister. Just like Darby was saying, anybody that you make your family, and just do better.
Take care of
And
people.
also,
Yeah.
speaking on behalf of the parents, like, there are some parents out there that try to break the bond
Of
and
siblings,
relations
yeah.
of siblings, and you
or
need
disrupt
to step
it.
exactly like you need to be the one to step away and be like, hold on, let me figure you out
Right.
for
Think
myself.
for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, let me not listen to what mama's saying, uncle, grandma, whoever.
Right.
Let me
Think for
not listen
yourself.
to what they're saying about you, because they may not like you for their own personal reasons.
Right.
So I need to step away and be like, hold on, wait, you actually is pretty cool. And at the end of the day,
Right.
we are siblings. Like,
Period.
just like, you know what I mean? Just like our older brother, we have an older brother on our dad's side. Okay, shout out to him.
Shout out to
Purr.
you.
Shout out to you.
What's
What's
happening?
And
What's
we
happening?
don't talk every day, but he still know that we love him, and I hope he know that he can always come to us
Whenever.
if he ever
Whenever.
need
Just call me,
anything.
bro.
Like,
Same.
exactly. He, and you know what I mean? Like, he follow all us on social media. Like, we love our brother dearly, but he has his own life in another state. Got how many kids he got?
I don't even
5.
remember.
I want to say
few.
5.
I'm so
few.
sorry.
So he does have a family of his own, but still, at the end of the day,
He know
it's
that.
That's our
still
brother.
we
That's
still
our brother.
love
Don't
you,
gotta be explained.
despite
Yes.
of what dad did or whatever. You are still our brother.
And he know if he call,
exactly,
You know we
picking
all
it's
Right.
up. It's up.
What?
there, you know
We
what I'm
picking
saying?
up.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So yeah, like you was saying, like parents, I'm just glad that
Our
that
parent.
mom like really pushed, like she really instilled in us, like that's your brother,
Right.
that's your sister.
You don't
Y'all
hurt
are-
them.
You don't hurt
You
them.
don't
You take
take-
care of them.
Right.
Y'all are more powerful together than
Right.
y'all are apart.
Always.
Know
That is
your
so
know
true.
each
Yeah,
other's strengths and weaknesses,
All the time.
and know that y'all can always call on each other
Right.
for anything. And I feel like that really
That really.
it really
I
like
swear.
created
That-
a foundation
It did
for
Definitely.
real, and
for
basically
all of us.
it created the possibility for this podcast to
Right.
even
Exactly.
exist for real.
And
for real.
to kind of go back on what we were talking about in the beginning and tie it all together, the purpose that we want for this podcast is to, one, like I said, show our experience and show our bond in a relationship, but also be that person, those people, for people who don't have
Don't
that
have
for
those
us,
people,
Exactly.
for
And
themselves.
yes, I was going to say that earlier. If anybody ever needs to talk or they feel like they
Hit
don't have nobody to
me
talk to,
up.
like
They don't have no family.
they don't have no
Yeah.
family, no
This
friends.
is the community that we're trying to build.
We're trying to
yes.
build a community.
I
Of,
would definitely be there for you because I'm a great
Exactly.
listener and I'm not like
Facts.
y'all can tell that ain't nobody over here like messy.
Nah, none of that.
Like
We ain't on that type of time at all.
exactly.
And it's so crazy because the fact that our mom instilled what's the word?
Instilled.
Installed.
Instilled that in us at such
Well,
a
it ain't
young
wrong.
age. People
Ain't-
naturally attract to us.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't
people
matter
always
where
feel like
we
they could tell
are.
me anything.
I just be
or talk to me.
if I start a new job, somebody is gonna come to me and just start venting to me about their life.
Right.
And I'm
Every
like, bro,
same.
I don't even know you.
Right.
Like, what? But it's so cool that we all have that safe space. Like, we create a safe
Yeah.
space for everybody.
Exactly.
Right.
And that is literally like
That's our goal.
Yeah,
exactly
that's
that's
our
our
goal.
goal. That's our foundation of this podcast. Like, to create a foundation.
in a safe
In a
space for
safe
everybody
space
to
for
come
community
to.
for
everybody.
everybody
Come
to
to
feel
us,
safe,
come to
comfortable.
Other people that listen to
Heard.
us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's really, we want to have a safe space and a safe place to have any open dialogue, any open communication,
Yes.
any relationship that you want to have. Like, we want to be able to share this experience that we have been so lucky to grow up in
Right.
with everybody else.
right.
For sure.
Yeah, facts.
We
and
love
let them
y'all
know
so
that
much.
it's real.
It's
Yeah.
real.
Like you can definitely have a good, strong relationship / bond
Mhm.
with
People.
people.
Yeah, and
Like-
it's okay.
It's
for
possible.
You. It's possible.
Exactly.
It's not. You're not alone. You,
You
know
are
what I
not
mean?
alone.
You are not alone.
And even to tie back in even more,
alone.
and even to tie back anymore, I know there are some people out there that might be dealing with spiritual battles and things that they're going through in their life, like Gabrielle was
Right.
in
Y'all.
her past.
Or even if it's
And-
not spiritual.
Or
just
yeah,
any kind of
that's
thing.
why I just said or battles. Period.
Yeah.
In their life, know that there is not only a reason, but there is a flip side to it. There is
Yes.
something on the other side. Like for
Right.
example, for Gabrielle, if she wouldn't have went through what she went through,
We wouldn't
she
be.
would not only would we not be here, but she would not be as influential and in it's another word I'm trying to say, important, let's just say that, important in our lives.
Right.
Mhm.
Because she wouldn't be that foundation and that, you know what I'm saying,
Because
strength
y'all, like we
for
said,
us.
like we said on the last podcast, I am the prayer warrior.
For sure.
Yes.
We all can pray, but don't play with me. Like,
Right.
I respectfully do not play with me. Because when I pray, oh, baby, I get down. Okay? I get down and dirty. Now, so it's literally, I feel like I went through that to help my siblings now. Like,
and everybody else here.
yeah,
Yes.
and everybody
Yeah.
else here, because like even now I see people when they're going through spiritual battles or whatever, and I be like,
Something's going on.
You're going through something.
Yeah.
And I just be praying for them in my mind. They don't even know it. And I just be like, Lord, please, whatever.
Exactly.
And like, I really feel like God allowed me to go through that to help other people. And
Same thing for me. Like,
yeah.
the amount of depression, the amount of just, if we want to be real, suicidal thoughts, the amount of negative feelings, the amount of just not understanding how to feel, what I'm thinking, like all the negativity and valleys that I went through as far as emotion and feeling allowed me to be where I am now, and able
Right.
to understand it and able to express it, able to help other people understand it and express it. That's what I'm saying. Like, what you go through and what you are going through is going to be beneficial in the long run. Like, it's all for a purpose. It's all for a plan. It's all tying in together with this life that is just being mapped out in front of you. Like, it's all for a reason.
Exactly.
Right. And
And I've
speaking
been
from the spiritual standpoint, like, you're not going to understand why God has you in the position he has you in.
Nope.
And it's not for you to understand. It's just for you to trust him. It's just for you to trust him. So it doesn't matter how confusing it may be. It doesn't matter whatever. Just, God, I trust you. Yeah, I only got $10 in my bank account right now. I don't know how I'm going to eat tomorrow. But God, I trust you. Yeah, this and that and the third. But God, I trust you.
Right.
Yeah.
And even like with people's relationships with their siblings or their parents or whatever the case, trust God in the process, because the reward is going to be far more than you could ever imagine.
Yeah.
So,
And for the people who maybe don't believe in God, trust yourself. You know what you feel is. You know what you feel. You know when it's right. You know when it's wrong. Like, trust your gut. Trust that you know what you want, because you usually
What you
do.
deserve.
You usually do. If you feel or think or are going through something that you are like, this doesn't really.
I don't
doesn't
feel
really
like I
feel
should be
right.
going through this.
You probably shouldn't. Exactly.
That means you should take yourself out of the whatever situation that you're in.
Or on the flip side, if you feel like, oh, I really want to do that, I feel like that's what I need to be doing. I feel like
Then
that's what I
do
want
that.
to do. But don't worry about that. But
exactly.
Don't worry about the
right.
but.
But somebody said today at church, she said, if it's God's voice, it won't be fearful.
Right.
You will not have fear behind it if it's God telling you to do something. Or, like Darby said, if you don't even believe in God and if you're telling yourself to do something, you will not have any fear behind it. You will feel at complete peace, and exactly, you will be confident and sure in your decision. Like, if you're fearful of it, then don't do it. If you're having second thoughts, then don't do it. But if you already know right off the bat, yep, this is what I need to do, whatever, boom, bam, do it.
do it. Don't worry about that.
It's gonna
fear.
work out.
It's gonna work out.
And everything that you've been going through, just know, like Gaz said, you just gotta trust God and trust the process, and know that what you're going through, you need to go through it in order to get you prepared for your purpose.
Right.
To get
Exactly.
you to get you to where you need to be to do what you're supposed to be doing. You have to go through it.
And like I said in my TikTok, God ain't just gonna give you something. He not gonna give you nothing on a silver platter. You gotta work for it. You
Just
gotta
like
put in
anything
the
else
effort.
in
Just like
life.
anything else.
Exactly. You gotta put in the effort, and you gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta literally put in the freaking effort,
Yeah,
bro.
Gotta work.
You gotta
For
work
real.
for it.
Just like that internship. You gotta go to the internship,
you gotta
do
you
the
gotta
work,
put in the applications. You
not
gotta
get
do
paid.
all that.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta not get paid. You gotta do the hours. You gotta do all of the stuff that you don't want to do.
Yes.
Clean them toilets. You know what I'm saying? Do all of that stuff, so that once you have the opportunity to be that manager or be that CEO or be that business owner, you're ready for that.
Right.
And
Because
when you get to that level, when you are quote unquote manager, CEO, like entrepreneur, YouTube star, whatever, you will know what you went through. So when people that are coming up like in the same vein of what you did, you know what they're going through. So it's more of like an empathetic thing. Like, I've been there before.
Right.
Like,
I understand.
I know
what
what
you're
you're going through.
And
Like,
I'm not gonna treat you like trash because
Exactly.
I know how
I
that
did
feels.
that.
and I
Right.
can help you because
Right.
I have been there. I know what it is like to be in that position.
Never
Right.
forget what you've been through.
Yes.
Never forget
See,
where you come
I was
from.
just gonna
Right.
say that. Remain humble.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Stop trying to act like you better than everybody just because you made it to where you've dreamed of having. Just because you are where you dreamed of being is what I was trying to say.
Somebody
Don't
else
just
is-
be out here being cocky and thinking you better than everybody. Like, no, don't forget where you came from. Don't forget when you was out here asking somebody to subscribe to your YouTube channel. Don't be forgetting when you was asking for subscribers.
right.
Like, you know what I mean? And
Yes.
now you don't even have to do anything to ask for subscribers. Don't forget the hard times.
Yeah, don't forget the hard times, but also in the same sense, be humble, yes, but also embrace where you are now.
Right. Yeah, that's very important.
Embrace where you are now. Embrace the current.
Right.
Right.
Embrace
Know-
that you put the work in
Give yourself credit
and you
for all the
deserve to
stuff
be
that
where you are.
Exactly.
But remain humble.
But
remain humble.
For sure.
You
That's
know what I
definitely
mean?
important.
Because confidence doesn't have to be loud in order to be noticed. So
Real talk.
Truth.
you do
Nah,
not
that
have to be out
Nah,
here
that was some
screaming.
real
That's some
spiel.
real-
That was
You do
some
not
real
be out.
spiel.
You do not have to be out here screaming, ham, because the people who need to see it gonna see it.
Exactly.
And the
And-
people who got it, they ain't got to say it loud.
Exactly. You don't.
Exactly.
Exactly. Like I said, let me say that one more time for the people in the back. Confidence does not have to be loud in order to be heard. Okay? Or
Period.
in order to be seen. If you being loud and continuously showing people that you pretty, that you got money, you're not really confident. You're giving very much insecure.
And we
It's
don't like
giving insecure.
those.
We
give
don't
them-
like
We
those.
don't
No,
like
ma'am.
those.
Okay? And
Real talk.
like what?
Real
And
talk.
that's what they be talking about us. Oh my gosh, y'all are so pretty. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
I don't have to put. Let me not get on that. Y'all, we love y'all. Y'all beautiful. That's all I got. to say.
Yeah, for sure. We love y'all. For
But yeah,
sure,
to wrap this one up, we are gonna keep working on this podcast. We're gonna because we
Definitely.
like to do this. We like this
like
experience, and we understand our purpose in this aspect and in this vein to help other people and
Encourage.
help encourage other people,
inspire
other people. All of that, we understand that, and we want to continue down this road of purpose and passion. So we want to work. We want to keep working, and we want to keep doing it, and that's what we're gonna do.
Yes,
and we are
y'all.
dedicated to doing so, putting all of our effort and everything that we have into making this a success and showing you guys that we are serious about building this community and fostering this communication and openness.
Right.
You know what I mean? With everyone who wants to be a part of it.
For sure. And y'all, let me just say this for the record. There are 4 of us. So it's very hard for us to not talk over each other.
Yeah.
So please,
Please forgive
give
us.
us some time.
Give us some time.
Be patient with us. We're going to get it together. Just stick with us on this road, y'all. And we appreciate y'all for y'all support.
We love you so
y'all
much.
so much.
Yes, we do.
And we can't wait for the episodes to come.
Yeah, we waiting just like y'all did.
Exactly.
We're so
sure.
excited.
Exactly.
We being patient.
And let
okay?
us know in the comments what you want us to talk about. Subscribe to us, like,
Yes,
comment, everything.
Hit that
All of
bell
that.
so
Hit
you'll
that
know every
bell.
time we drop.
Well, yes,
even though we do try
all
to
of it.
drop at the
We
same time
appreciate
every
Yes,
week.
y'all.
Yeah.
We love you all so much.
Yes.
So,
Also,
so much.
hashtag even gang.
Hashtag Giving Gang.
Put them odds in the comments.
Yes, put the odds in the comments.
After you like, comment, and subscribe,
Nah,
put them
exactly.
likes in the comments, man. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
y'all.
Hit that bell. You know what I'm saying? Y'all
We
stay-
love y'all.
We
I
love
think
you.
that's the end of this podcast, y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I am Darby.
I'm Gabrielle.
Carmen.
And I'm Thomas.
And we
We
are
four of a
kind.
kind.
Period.